Sorted Online Alicization War of Underworld is licensed and produced by Madman Entertainment, Anime Limited, Aniplex of America, and Studios A1 Pictures. Based on the works by Riki Kawahara, please support the official release. Hello there, Jack here with more Sorted Online Alicization War of Underworld episodes 23. We are finally wrapping this up because, oh my god, it's been a hot minute since the last episodes on this because I've been sick. And I've had university, and I've had a whole lot of things falling together, basically. So real life turned out to be an issue I can't get rid of. Yeah, boring part of the way. Last time, what did we do? We had Kirito waking up finally, dealing with Po. The whole the goddammit, what's it called? The Alfheim Online players joined in and sort of tried to help, but well, we're largely cannon fodder except for all the named characters we recognize. They kind of managed to survive. Good for them. Yeah, Poe with his whole mental corruption manipulation sort of riled up the Chinese and Korean players against them. Now that we were done with the American players. And all that, and yeah, well, Alice is still sort of running to the console. Gabriel hot on her tail, sort of caught up with her now. And Kirito just sort of activated his superpowers and flew over there with Asuna in tow. And he saved the dragons, because yay, saving the dragons. And that's sort of where we left off, right? We've got 3 episodes left for the final battle, and then 1 episode for the wrap up. Also, we're on the timer now. There was that before the whole Alicization Underworld thing speeds up indefinitely, and they would spend a couple hundred years in the system, basically, destroying their souls, their Fluxlight, since they can't handle that much time passing. Thingamajigger. Basically, all we really need to know is that we've got a time limit now. I think the timer says something 10-15 minutes, which kind of makes me wonder how long can we stretch those 15 minutes. So yeah, 4 episodes, 23, let's get into this. Episode 20 in 3, 2, 1, go. Also, I rearranged some things behind the scenes, and now my camera, it feels off, but I don't know and whatnot. just better as not. Did he shrink them? He did. They are adorable. Oh wait, they can't do that, right? Could they do that before? I'm not. I feel like I've seen a baby. No, we just sort of rewound time. Okay. That's it's awesome. Yeah, can't let him do all the work. The OST is great, but it just sort of came out of nowhere, so intense. Damn, if only you could fly. I'm sorry, I'm just having a little bit of fun at the expense of the anime. I do enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but just let me have that, okay? Well, I mean, going by the opening, we're gonna bring Alice to the real world, right? It's gonna happen. Also, I haven't seen this opening in forever. That said, I'm still gonna skip it for the other 3 episodes, just because the time save adds up. Still don't have a lot to say during it all, right? God damn it, the camera just has me so nervous. Why is it different? I don't even know if this is going to be visible in the end of the video, if I can fix it in post. I'm just paranoid, basically. See that? She's definitely gonna come with us. Denied Skyblade. Are we gonna get a magical blade now? I mean, wouldn't be that new. Do you need to hold hands? Also, I do really love how it feels like the border of the world. Like, it just sort of looks like a wall, and I dig that. Are we just... I was gonna say done with human talk. Well, that's a thing he can do now. Such is the class that he picked, isn't it? Also, this theme still rocks. Is that a solid blade that you can block? Asking for a friend? Look, I like the touch of the wings because of the whole Alfheim Online bit, but also, he's been flying just fine without them all this time. Well, he doesn't care. I do still think the sound design, though, of these battles in general. That's a long way up, then. So I guess you're both being done caring about being wounded in any way, shape, or form, then. Okay. And apparently it is a solid sword. Which of course it brings up an interesting question. How is this battle ever gonna end if they can both just heal and, I don't know, do magic? Basically. I guess it's a bit of a war of attrition then, perhaps. Okay. Yeah, looks like it. Because that dude's just gone full on God mode now, I guess. I mean, in all fairness, he has literally just been through that with his whole coma thing. I mean, I wonder if it's not more that he doesn't care rather than doesn't understand. Like, I'm pretty sure he knows that he's causing people grief and pain and all that. Also, not like it's the first time that he's been on the brink of death. Ah, there are the eyes. Was that like commercial break just now? God, I'm digging the sound design so much. Okay, you know what? Maybe that's the Knight's Sword. Maybe. Well, doesn't that sound edgy as hell? I mean, it's pretty and I dig it, but I don't know, saying that the knight is Kirito's heart, it does sound just a little bit edgy, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel that way? I ship them so hard, by the way. They're amazing. So literally creating a night sky with the people, eh? That is so gosh darn sweet, I love it. I mean, it wasn't really a secret, was it? So, much opposed to Gabriel's strength, which is just for stealing and devouring and having fun and disregarding anyone else. Damn, the thing's like really engulfing the whole world, isn't it? I would like to know how they are all praying, though. Like, I'm sure this is the kind of thing that was probably better explained in the novels. As to why everybody feels the need to do this right now. You know, sort of like an emotional connection to the Fluxlight of Soul, whatever have you. You'd think the Night Sky would have reached there first, but oh well. That said, this whole thing is visually amazing, though. Sure, just add more to it. Not like this whole thing wasn't already pretty enough. Yeah, you know, there's kind of been a thing going on. Got to look at this, though. This is... Look at how amazing this all is. That's a quality animation right there. I mean, you have a lot of like CGI lighting and lighting effects going on, but whole image still freaking beautiful. Gorgeous. Love it. Well, it's great that the dead people got to join in. Are we doing that again? Well, in terms of callbacks, this is like... beautiful. Oh, damn. He had like a whole thing going on, though. God damn it, I love that Yuji gets to chime in every now and then like this. Like, seriously. Well, that's a nice way to put it with him. I want to give some props to his voice actor though. That's kind of hilarious. Nice explosion. Bit on the CGI side though, but sound design. Okay. I'm getting the chills. So they're being logged out. As was Alice, except she doesn't really have any place to log out to. Yet. Wait. Wasn't she supposed to be like in this like facility place with Shin, or was that Liz? It might have been Liz, actually. You know, I was expecting this to take longer, I'm not gonna lie. Yep, nope, there they are. See, everything's fine. Continuity is saved. Good job being mentally stable, by the way, after, like, you know, literally being murdered multiple times. I was gonna say, of course it's the sunrise, but no, the sky thing just went away. Well, that's pretty for a place that nobody was actually ever supposed to get to. Oh, were they? Yeah, something that you should do too. Never mind then. I feel like I'm missing. I missed something here. Did he go over the time limit because he didn't get to log out in time? Something? Hi. We did not see her log out, did we? Well then, 200 years sounds a lot more bearable together, though, right? Goddamn. I feel bad because why are they still here? That I don't know. Like, why was everybody else ejected from the system, but not the two of them? Because they are in RAS, but they had the timer Or was it already a given that they would spend the 200 years there? That didn't sound like it. Like, it was more of the fact that once the system went into overdrive, that even if they connect them as soon as possible, it will already feel like 200 years. God damn it, I'm missing something, and it's kind of really a big point here right now. As for why they are still here. Like, I'm pretty sure Asuna is still here because she didn't want to leave Kirito alone, but why is he still here? God damn it. So, I guess they get to spend the next 200 years together then. Well, it's gonna be fun. Basically, we're basically pulling an Inception here, aren't we? Where we just spent years and years in a deeper layer, so to say, before then being brought back into their bodies. Because that was the gist of it, right? The Underworld overclocks so fast now that time is just gonna feel that ridiculously fast to them. But it's not as though their bodies are gonna go anywhere or anything's happening to them. It's just that, as far as Raz is concerned, that their floodlights can't handle that age. That was the gist of it, unless I'm getting everything completely wrong, and right now I'm infuriating everyone watching this who actually knows what's going on. I'm missing so many points this episode, I feel like. So we already know about this whole mind over matter, as I kept calling it all this time, that allows, you know, people to do these crazy things with their weapons and whatnot. And it's also the thing that Po and Gabriel and Kirito have been doing to a much more extreme level at the end. The problem with that kind of is you never know what kind of superpower they're going to pull out next. Like, we're kind of at the point where, like, yeah, they can do anything. They can fix themselves up. They can go, like, Dark God mode or whatever, or can keep fighting, even if they're lethally wounded and all that stuff. Which, I know that's established in the show and we have explanations and all that. That's not my problem. I'm fine with all that. It's just that it's a bit hard to get into a fight when at any point characters can pull out a completely new gimmick and it's fair within the established rules. It's not like they're breaking any of that. Again, I get that. But like, it's all kind of coming out of nowhere all the same. But that's just kind of the nature of the fight. The other problem is the night sky thing that Kirito pulled. And as visually amazing as it was, and as great as it fit in the story and everything, I already mentioned I'm kind of a bit lost as to why everyone just knew what was going on. Like, everyone in the entire world just got it. I mentioned in the episode that it's like connecting the floodlights, sort of like sharing your feelings, your emotions, so that people sort of just understood what was happening. Not so much in the sense that you need an explanation or anything, they just knew. That's my guess. Again, this is probably the kind of thing that in the novels comes across so much clearer, as opposed to an anime where everybody just somehow randomly starts praying and it works out. So, again, I don't have a problem with it in the story or anything. It's just kind of that I don't know what's going on, and that's what usually bothers me. And of course, the third big point: why is Kirito still here? Did I just genuinely misunderstand something here, or miss an explanation altogether? I've been over this, and I'm not gonna say the whole thing again, but why though? I mean, I dig the idea that Kirito and Asuna are just gonna be together for the next 200 years. You know, just a bit of rest and recreation or whatever for 200 years. And they're definitely gonna survive that, because, you know, in all fairness, I would be blown away if they just killed off the two main characters. Not even gonna front. The next 2 episodes after that are just gonna be black screens. Yeah, no, I thought this was gonna take so much longer. I even joked about it at the beginning, where like, oh yeah, they've got a time limit of 15 minutes. Let's see how long we can stretch it. We didn't even stretch it that far. That fit pretty snugly. I mean, that was like 20 minutes episode, so we went over it a bit. But again, I thought this was gonna be like 3 episodes. I was so wrong. It's hilarious. Yeah. So also the question, like, where did all the Underworld people go? Like, what does logging out mean for them? I guess their floodlights still like exist in the server or whatever have you. And since I mentioned this multiple times already, the opening, it seems like we have some robot Alice or something, like an android, what have you. Do all the people get one? Who's paying for that? So yeah. Also, I'm gonna mention Yujo again. I was a bit disappointed when they killed him off. I mean, on one hand, I was like glad it wasn't a fake out, but if the story decides to actually kill him off, because like he was a competent male character and we have so few of them, namely only one, and so he kind of tends to hog a lot of spotlight and his harem. Like all the girls should flock to him because what other options do they have? Klein? No. But in that sense, I'm really glad that Yojo still got some ghost action there. Like, stuck around a bit, still contributed to the story. Basically saved Kirito's ass on so many occasions there, which is yay! I'm glad. Okay. So I could ramble here for a while. That's gonna do episode 21. That perhaps explains what happened with Kirito. Like, Asuna just didn't log out from what I understand, but Kirito, no idea. Let's get into it. Episode 21 in 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, yep. There's the time running out. Ejecting, complete. That is a needlessly fancy button. Never mind, it's not a button, it's a USB drive. Or like floodlight. I mean, that absolutely not, yeah. God, I'm still loving the sound design. So yeah, Asuna just basically signed her death sentence there, as far as she knows and everyone else. Yeah, good news first. Good news first. By the way, you still have like the people downstairs though. Like, I kind of forgot all about them. You know, good job climbing a ladder with someone on your back. That sounds exhausting. Okay. I mean, I've been wondering for a while why you have been, like, going down instead of up. I gotta love these, like, flashy signs when the door opens. With the, like, animation and everything. Okay. So, how are we gonna do this? Oh, damn. Well, at least you have the decency of looking hurt after that, because it's not something you just, like, brush off. That cracks a few ribs. Oh, damn, he got him, though. Well, you sure don't make a sound. Well, guess who? That's a great expression. You're way too calm for meeting a dead person. Yep, just go to hell or whatever that is supposed to be. Well, the bleeding here is just such a nice touch. Oh, that was... No, I want to talk about this so much later on. Don't have time to go into it here. Damn, like straight up ripped off his fingernails. Oh, he might not even be dead, like, physically speaking. Nope, never mind, he is. Fair enough. Well, it does kind of make you wonder how this happened to their physical bodies, but oh well, I don't mind. Rather, I appreciate it. Yeah, you're in kind of a bit of a situation here. So that's 100 years then. Okay, memory capacity, that's what it was about. Okay, gonna blow this whole thing up then? So it goes boom. Yeah, it looks kinda boiling. Oh yeah, he knows what he's getting into. And something woke up, like, one of the robots, but what's inside? Those are way too many flags to rise, dude. Way too many. It wasn't the vest. Okay, I know in all fairness he has to approach this carefully, but who of these guys is gonna stay behind to, like, go down with the ship? This guy, okay, never mind. Well, Terminator incoming. Well, good thing it's bulletproof. Well, that's sweet. I mean, if you ignore that he's basically a mass murderer, but still. I think that qualifies as doing something reckless. I'm digging this OST that's playing right now. Oh, you just couldn't resist, could you? You couldn't resist making him bleed. I know it's not blood, but still, it is clearly intended as such. Well, this is pretty much a reversal of your situation with Kirito back then, isn't it? Where he stands up again! It's so cheesy, but I'm loving it! Yeah, we can tell. Are you gonna stop on 2 seconds? They always stop on 2 seconds. Well, that's even better! Never mind, didn't explode. Did it? What happened? I don't even know anymore. Oh, it was a tiny explosive that was supposed to set off the big one. Never mind. Does this redeem the 10,000 people he killed? I mean, I know the situation's rather different for her, being like former lover and all that. But is it supposed to for us? I feel conflicted. Well, let's hope the JSDF doesn't blow you out of the water. Oh, that's why. Who else died? Is that guy seriously still alive then? That's another 10 years though. It's way too freaking quiet. I hate this. Well, just corpses walking all around. So we don't get to see them in the well, not yet anyway. Well, we still got 2 minutes left though, so we do get to see it after all then, perhaps. Like, isn't, by the way, Poe also still in there, basically? Well, that's a sweet opener. Everything's... In all fairness, I honestly do love their relationship. Yeah, you know, so long as your brain doesn't end up fried. They will most definitely scold you, though. You deserve it. Look, as absolutely adorable as it is, 200 years is still gonna feel like a long time. Now just showing off. Side note that flying those angel wings would have been really helpful when you were trying to get on up on top of this altar. Have we seriously not had an episode titled Alice yet? I guess so. Huh. Yes. What do I want to say? Gabriel's death. I do find that most sort of online villains are very lackluster. Like, they're just so, you know, in your face, I am evil. I am so clearly the bad guy. You're supposed to hate me. Here are all the reasons why you're going to hate me. So hate me. And it's a really cheap way to write a villain. Well, it doesn't apply to everyone. Like the Heathcliff guy, I keep forgetting what his real name is a good example on that. Partially because we really didn't know anything about him. Like, we know he was the one who created Sword Art Online and who trapped everyone in there, but like, beyond that, he didn't do anything that we know of until it was like revealed as Heathcliff. But there was complex motivations going on. Then we had Oberon, the dude who like captured Asuna afterwards, and he's the, again, basic I am so evil, hate me dude. Gabriel too, like, completely fell into this category. And I'm trying to remember like the Def Gun dude from Gun Gale Online. Kinda does too, kinda. Like, at least he was a little bit more fun, like he was theatrical about it, I guess. But the thing with these over-the-top hate-me villains is that you need absolutely a satisfying takedown for them. That's kind of the most important bit. And when all you have at the end is like Kirito cutting him down, like, you know, Gabriel when he was that, I don't know, giant energy god monster thing, like you had amazing animation and soundtrack and all that. That was great. But as an end for the character of Gabriel Miller, not that much. Him being literally dragged down to hell by Alicia, and like I assume the other people that he like killed or ate or whatever it was that he calls it, as satisfying. On the other hand, we have like apparently Poe and the other dude still walking around, like living corpses. You know, the Heathcliff other dude is what I mean, in the robot. On his note, again, like, great sacrifice. I don't know how he literally overcomes physical limitations of machines. Like when Kirito did it in a virtual environment, that's kind of one thing. That's like, you know, you can attribute it to glitches or whatever. But Mr. Heathcliff there just literally did it to a robot. He literally just told the robot to move again after it broke, which is, again, I said it before it even happened. It's a nice parallel to what happened with Kirito, all the way back in Sword Art Online. It's just a little bit on the jankier side of things. But apparently, like, both he and Poe are either like walking around as like somehow, no idea how that works out. Especially Poe, like, was Poe locked out? Because like the whole point I thought of Kirito turning him into a tree was like that he was going to be stuck there for the whole, you know, 200 years and all that. Or someone else took them. And I just have no idea who that would be. Like, with all the mercenaries running around, who had the capacity to just snag two bodies? One of them being a giant freaking heavy robot. Just saying. It's like, I mean, I'm sure we get the explanations eventually. But both are janky as hell. Either someone took them or they stood up and walked away themselves. And like, pick your poison, I guess. Well, let's find out. With episode, that's 22, right? Yeah. Did I? Is this? Which one do I have open here? Nope, that's still 21. Go away. So 22. Open with this. Let's get into this. In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, it's August. That is... That's not nearly as much reporters as I would expect for a true artificial intelligence reveal. There she is! Yeah! And they even put her in a school uniform because why not? Well, yeah, don't have that, but oh well. It's gotta be weird being in the, like, outside world, though. Oh, she kept that name. Nice. So I actually just checked real quick with the other episode again, and that was July 7th. So, although they have been locked out on a huge screen, or a projector, who knows. That's very nice, honestly. That would have been amazing. I'm honestly more impressed if that's a robot. Like, that seems like a huge leap. Also, I guess she's like world famous now. being revealed as like the first artificial intelligence. That's not that impressive. Please open your skull and show us your brain. Yeah, I love how she does it with a smile. And sit down. Well, like again, we're like talking about people having human rights here or not. Aside from that little tidbit too, I guess. Except if you have a environment that runs at 1,000 times the speed. I know that's supposed to be a hopeful message, but she basically just told Alice that she's not gonna get any rights for the next 200 years. Which she might live to see, by the way, because she doesn't age. We would gratefully accept it, said nobody ever. I do love how she's just expertly shutting them down. Well, that was an expertly crafted speech. Oh yeah, they kinda got away too, didn't they? Well, damn. That's one way to reveal that to us. In all fairness, I really figured that was gonna happen, but I didn't have the time, damn it. That project better be scrapped. Yeah, you've also perfected a human-like robot, which is also a really amazing thing to do that we're just glancing over. Well, at least Kirito's got some sunken cheeks. It's alive! That is a fair question, honestly. Yep, just ditched them. I love how did you get here so fast? I guess we're not on the ocean turtle then, because... Well, it's been like a month for her, but... Good on you! Oh, she even gets to see her again, that's so freaking sweet. Damn! Damn, that's a line to leave off on. Is that really something you'd want to forget, though? I mean, I guess you have to if this whole memory capacity is actually a thing that we need to worry about. That's a great hairstyle. Partially because we don't ever see you with anything else. Well, I guess she hasn't been, like, out of commission as long as him. I genuinely wasn't sure, but it's good to know that all the people actually did stay behind because I had no idea what would have happened to them otherwise. Plus, I guess there was, like, no real they just punched each other. That's not how words work. Is he literally gonna live with Yujo in the back of his mind for the rest of his life now? I mean, like, great that he's still around, but also creepy. For that matter, are you fine just walking around like that? So, basically worst case scenario, eh? That's a tall order. I was gonna ask, seeing as you've done it before. Or, well, the bad guys did. Well, I suppose it's fair to have, like, grown a bit of an attachment to it. Not to mention, like, again, the ethical implications. Like, not just personally, but treating these thousands of people, if not millions of Flocklights as lives. Did you make a copy of Kirito? And are you gonna boot him up on your home PC? It's freaking creepy, but also amazing. Ethically questionable decision there. Since, you know, he's basically forcefully keeping him alive here. I love the, like, just the alluding to the whole, like, freaking Her Majesty thing. In all fairness, you have like 200 years in that world and what, 18 here, however old you are. So become self-sustaining. That's an amazing goal if that's it. That's a lot shorter than I figured. That's ominous as all hell. Damn. You're sure roping him in on this, eh? What indeed. I am kind of wondering about this now. Because honestly, making Kirito or like his copy the next main antagonist would be amazing. Although like we don't know what kind of person this Kirito is at the end of the day. He's lived for 200 years. That said, you did manage to remember him, eh? That would have just been way worse. Yeah, he needs a bit to vent a bit, you know? Well, big fancy event. Well, that's not good. That's a very ominous note to leave on for the last episode, I will say. So, yeah. So basically, Higa is sort of on the verge of doing the very thing that, I don't know, every sci-fi movie ever would tell you not to do. Feels like. Because, again, we don't know what kind of person Kirito or Asuna are or were in with their 200 years of life worth. Apparently as, like, king and queen or something like that. Which is also an interesting position to end up in. On that note, like, there should be history about him though, right? In the Underworld. Like, the people in there, the world in there, has a recorded history of him and his actions. That should be a thing, right? But it's curious, like, when he woke up, he immediately told them to delete the memories. So, you know, basically purposefully resetting him to the normal Kirito. And I get that he wants to fight for the Underworld, which is great. Because, you know, that's a place that should be preserved. Again, on the ethical side, if nothing else, because there's millions of Fluxlights alive in there. But that's all about recognizing human rights for, you know, Fluxlights, which is tall order. But Kirito's plan seems to be to like just, you know, shut the whole place down and basically just have the Underworld running for the next 5 years or whatever. Maybe have people interact with it to, you know, get support for the whole idea that these Fluxlights are alive and not just, you know, programs and whatnot. Sort of stuff like that. But yeah, Kirito working together with Heathcliff. And it's fine if I call him Heathcliff because I call Kirito Kirito, which is his gamer name too, so... You know, it's fair. Fair for all. The two of them working together, again, it could be the most amazing thing ever, or just devastation. And I don't know which one's gonna be. Like, the fact that he is basically asking himself if he can rather than asking the question if he should is already very dangerous territory. Alice shutting down her opposition like that at the beginning is just amazing. And again, it's interesting how much everybody glances over the idea that they made a perfect human-like robot. Perfect facial expressions and everything. At least we haven't ever been told if she isn't in any way, shape or form perfect, like indistinguishable from a human. Like, ignoring the whole artificial intelligence what's inside, just the hardware. How amazing is that? I mean, in all fairness, it does pale in comparison to the achievement of actual artificial intelligence, artificial life. But yeah. Basically what I'm saying, the press conference was pretty freaking awesome. We also had like the ominous end there with her apparently not being too comfortable in this like outside world, the real world, whatever have you. And her body, whatever, like... Again, I don't know if she just has like adjustment issues. Perhaps the fact that I assume most, if not everybody, is looking at her more like a robot and a tool rather than a living person. That's like also a thing. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that just sort of floating around for the last episode now, and I'm hella curious because again, I kind of thought we were just casually gonna spend the next 3 episodes fighting Gabriel and then have a quick cleanup, not fight Gabriel for 1 episode and do 3 episodes of cleanup. Go back to sleep. Oh damn it, it's 4 AM. 4 AM means you want to go outside, doesn't it? Because you can set the clock with him. No? Okay. He's gonna get up this recording. I know it. I know it. During this episode. Not before I start it. No, he's gonna wait. He's going to wait for until I'm in the middle. Episode 23, final episode, sort of on Alicization, World of Underworld, or the Alicization arc as a whole. Let's do this. Let's see what we got. 3, 2, 1. Well, maybe she isn't missing after all. Not that someone that doesn't look like her silhouette. Large package for you. I'm gonna lose it if she's in there. Pull me out of here. I mean, she is a robot, so it's kind of fine, but still. Well, like, why were you naked? And why do you have a spare uniform? Well, I guess Sugu might have one, but not. You know, there are certain size-related issues, I suppose. Well, I did say you were gonna get a scolding. Also, she's shorter than I figured, honestly. I don't know why I've never looked at that. Side question, did they build her in a month? Now that I'm thinking about it. Paid her back, not her hair. You know, like, Rinko worrying is one thing, but you might have the entire government looking for you. Because, you know, if you're a rather unique situation, so... That seems like the bigger concern to me. Oh, that just revitalized her. Oh, give her a break. This is basically her fantasy world. I love how she still, like, bows like this. I mean, this is kind of unfair. It's fine at all, but that was just so needlessly an epic step. I can't help it. That was amazing. Good job, you broke them. That's honestly amazing. I love that thought sound. Steel headbutt. Again, for a body that is supposed to be made of steel and everything, you don't really appear that heavy. Like when she's walking around or whatever. I'm sorry if I keep hampering on about the like freaking robot body, but still, come on! Yeah, like the fact that parents exist. Have we seen you guys ever? That's a horrible thing! Yeah, that's a great duty. I mean, that's a nice goal to have. Oh, look at that face! We're even playing this like full on epic music now for this. That's great. Yeah, like he had the whole like sort of online thing. Oh, that's great parenting. That reaction. Did they add that? Turn a remote messing shot. An email. Well, she's hilariously overpowered. Oh yeah, her! You know, the totally not artificial intelligence. So, the numbers. I mean, I kind of wonder how that exactly works for her. I suppose not. Twitching? So, answers then? I think. Yeah, in all fairness. I wouldn't bet on it since, like, you had some relations with the Dark Territory and all that. Like, you might be in for a surprise. On that note, are we gonna meet Copy Kirito there? Star World Year 582, okay then! nothing much changed, really. Someone heard you, I guess, or not? How are we suddenly like sci-fi space battles? What even? Integrity palette. Like, in all fairness, Asuna and Kirito had some like outside world knowledge, but not that much. Also, giant space worm monster. The abyssal horror seems appropriate. More importantly, though, can we cut it? How epic is that? He's just standing there in outer space like a freaking boss. Okay, just yeah, he is because look at this. That was the most casually badass entrance ever. What even is happening? Oh yeah, Asuna, catch. This is so epic. Not yet, seriously? Well, I mean, Alice hasn't done anything yet, so... Well, I mean, again, you would think that they are all kind of famous, even 200 years down the line. Yeah, I mean, they just casually did the thing that your little spaceships couldn't do. Yeah, hi! Freaking Ghost Yuja too. What are you nodding to? I would also ask, like, how are YouTube still alive and all that, but on the level of questions I have, them still being alive doesn't even scratch the surface. How do you end on that? If you had told me at the beginning of this episode, oh yeah, we're gonna end it on a space battle with the abyssal horror thing, no. I know this was like they're definitely gonna like reveal the next season by the end of this. I guess we haven't had a sci-fi game yet. Plenty of, you know, fantasy style, medieval, and other big fat quotes, sword fighting type animes. We had the Gun Get Online one, which was somewhat futuristic, more present, but you know, slight future. This was full-blown sci-fi. Are you seriously telling me they did this in 200 years? This is where the story ends, okay? Also, as I've just been told. As well as for Alice. For fun, greatest battle of all, the Intel Intelligence War. But at this moment, every positive. Okay. Ocean. Ocean turtle? At the bottom of the, I don't know, Mariana Trench or something? That's just cheating. I mean, okay. I have questions. What even was that just now? Like all of that. I can't get over the badass entrance. They're just like flying spaceships in front of this like interdimensional monster space thing, and Kid is standing there. He's standing in the middle of space. He is standing in the middle of space. Screw you, gravity. You're meaningless. By the way, I got this right. These two girls like are the ones from all the way back, like their prodigies or whatever they were called. It took me honestly a while to realize it was supposed to be them, unless of course I got it completely wrong and it isn't supposed to be them. But how else would they actively recognize them? Like I said before, that they just recognize the image of Alice, since, you know, famous person and whatnot. Next question again is like, is the Underworld still running at a higher speed? Given the fact that Kirito and Alice and Asuna locked in through like the big tube thingies, I suppose they did, since, you know, all the other ones they had to slow down the speed to 1-on-1 ratio so that all the other players could join in back then. And is old Kirito here? So yeah, questions be had. Oh my god. Like this is great. I love it as a conclusion. In general, like the conclusion part, although was like up to the point when Alice went to his room in the middle of the night, you know, talking about the email. Conclusion kind of cut off at that point. The next part was just set up for this. I don't know what this is, but it's a thing. Underworld space battles. That's what we're doing now. Again, I would absolutely love the idea of old Kirito being the antagonist, basically. I don't think that's what's gonna happen, but I would love it if it did, especially with like the freaking Heathcliff. I can't remember his name, okay? Also being one. Like the two of them sort of working together. Like, imagine that not only would our main antagonist be Kirito, but it would be Kirito with 200 years of experience under his belt. He'd be unstoppable. He'd be a god. What are you gonna do against him? So yeah, that was Sword Art Online Alicization. 2 seasons. Which is kind of ridiculous when you think about it, that Sword Art Online, you know, the arc, was like, what, 16 episodes? And this Alicization thing was just 2 seasons with 24 episodes. Okay, this one had like 23, but whatever. It had like casually almost 50 episodes, and Sword Art Online had 16. I might be getting the numbers wrong here, but it, you know, like 2/3 or whatever of the season. This thing is so ridiculously huge. It was such a grand, epic arc. Oh my god! Like all of it. There's so much, and it was great. Honestly, like on a ranking scale, like, you know, all the individual arcs, Sword Art Online, Gungan Online, Alfheim Online, Underworld, Alicization. Alization's up there. It's like freaking wins out, okay? But god damn it, like, what am I supposed to do with this ending now? We just had a casual outro for like the last 3 episodes here. Well, not that much casual, but you know, the tension sort of was dying down. We had like little flow bits there, but again, it was the sort of the wrap up and everything, and that's fine, completely fine. And then they just jumped at the end there. What was that? Space battle. I would like to say that, you know, if you had told me somewhere in the middle of the season or at the beginning of the recording session, this one here, it was gonna end with a space battle, I would have been surprised, but, you know, not like, nah. I would have just assumed that Gabriel and Kirito, their battle escalated up into space or something. But if you had told me that, no, it's gonna end on a space battle, that's like literally gonna be the last thing, battle in space with spaceships. What? So yeah, I'm lost. I mean, well, it was great 4 episodes, you know. I've talked about this. The battles still have great animation. They have great sound design and everything. I love the OSTs and all that. The whole pivot about the fact that they could just almost pull random powers out of hyperspace was a little bit of a downer to me. I like it when powers are clearly established, and we generally know what people are capable of when they engage in fighting. Or at least if they only pull out 1 unknown trump card and not like 20. So that is a little bit of a damper. The entire aftermath of the whole Underworld thing, those 200 years are gonna come back to bite us in the ass somehow. Especially the fact that we just kept a copy. It's not good. It's not good. Any sci-fi movie. Again, like the one reporter brought us up too, like in any book, in any movie, like AI tries to take over the world, but a real AI, if it just is conceived as alive, wouldn't necessarily do that unless it gets a superiority complex, which, spoiler, humans have that too. And we have done a bang job at eradicating any other species out there. So, you know, glass house and all that, but I get the fear of AI, because if you give them robot bodies that don't get tired, and I mean, the big difference here between Alice as an AI and AI that takes over the world, destroys everything, when we talk about these like apocalyptic AIs, they are usually computers. Like, you know, capable of doing calculations super fast, connect to the internet, and do everything at incredible speed. You know, a computer mind. Alice is not a computer mind. She is a person, alive, a human in every sense of the word, except, you know, she doesn't have any of the meaty bits. And with that, like, it's rather different from Skynet or any of that. Also, you know, don't give Alice the nuclear access codes, which is a thing that Skynet had, if I remember correctly. Just, you know, don't be dumb. Yeah, I kind of figured there would be more to talk about, but that ending just, it's just kind of like, you know, whoop, and I'm up there. I'm stuck up there. And I have to climb down for like the next hour or something. But I already talked about most of my thoughts in between episodes, so you can have that to look at if you want anything more specifically. It's probably more organized that way too, since, you know, I talk about that particular episode at the end of that episode instead of being all over the place at the end of the whole thing. So, yay! And well, that's all. I'm finally done with this episode, with this anime. Not in a bad sense. Again, I enjoyed it, but I've been sick for a few weeks now with a certain stupid virus that's everywhere. I've had real life, I had university, I've had all that, and this whole time this stupid folder has been taunting me. Just like, you only have 4 episodes left. Just finish it, but I couldn't. And now I'm done, and I'm so happy that I can remove this folder finally. So, yeah, just a glimpse of my life. Anyway, that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, there's playlists for all the reactions of everything I did on the channel. Maybe check those out if you did, and like, you know, like and subscribe. And I don't know where any of the buttons are, but my screensaver just activated. That's how long I've been talking for. But YouTube algorithm likes if I say those things, so maybe do that. Leave a comment, especially. I love those. So that's all for now. Hopefully, until next time, whenever that is. Bye.